Well, hello, my name is Brody, also known as Bob, and this video is a bit different. This is the 10th episode of a series, and the last episode was about a year and a month ago. I started it on my second channel. This is just like a progress video of my map, Defend Helm's Deep. Yeah, I originally finished the map in January of 2021. Since then, 1.17 has come out, and when that happened, I started to upgrade everything a ton. Yeah, so since finishing the original version of this, I made a bunch of other data packs, and I've gotten better with commands, so that I came back to Helm's Deep to basically overhaul the whole thing. I converted most of it into a proper data pack. The first time I attempted to do this, I didn't really know much on how data packs worked, and I couldn't really take advantage, but now I do, and it runs very well now. Or it runs better. It's Minecraft. It's never going to run well. Yeah, so that being said, I know what type of commands are more taxing on your game or on a server, so I've fixed those. So I want to show you underneath the map. So originally, the very beginning, there was only command blocks and no data packs. So here's an image or a couple images of how the command blocks used to look like and what they are now. I don't know why I chose pumpkins. I was like, oh, pumpkin's a light block. And I think I started working on it before sea lanterns were a thing. Or no, that's not true. I don't know. I don't know why I chose pumpkins. But yeah, you can obviously see there's still a lot of command blocks down there, but nowhere near as much. Like here's me scrolling through some of the commands in the data pack. It's so much better now. It's organized too. So some of the things I've changed. I'm not going to go over everything because there's so much. So I'm just going to do some like highlights. I've revamped the difficulty system. I don't think there was much of a difficulty system before. It was more of a how many players are in the world, and changed the difficulty based on that. And now it's based off a few factors. So it's based off 4 factors. The first one, how many players are in the game. So we kept that. If you have 1 to 3 players, it's not going to add to the difficulty, or it's going to take away because it needs to be a little easier for you. But the more players you have in a game, the more difficult it will be. And this is just the increase of difficulty. We'll scroll down and I'll explain that too. Wave difficulty, each wave, it just goes up by 1. Simple. So the max now is actually 250. So the original max used to be 120, I believe, or something like that. Now it's 250 because I've optimized it. The game runs better. The only issue with having 250 is your game's FPS will just tank. It'll run it. It's just your FPS will be horrible. The less orcs you have, the difficulty will go up because it's going to be easier. So the difficulty is +6, and this is all subject to change. I'm currently testing. Feel free to join my Discord if you'd like to help. So yeah, 50 to 65 will increase the difficulty by 6, and this much by 2, and then this is the recommended amount between 90 and 105. So the recommended amount won't change the difficulty at all. And then as you get into the more insane numbers, the difficulty decreases. I haven't really done much testing with this just because it's hard to play with such low FPS. Starting goal also affects your difficulty. It affects it a little bit, not as much as some of the other stuff. So yes, I've also upped the starting goal. You can do as much as 750 to start with. You're essentially cheating, but you can play however you want. And then if you start with the lowest amount, 25, then the difficulty will go down by 4. So here is what the scale looks like. So if you have 0 or less, the maximum mob health will be 17, and it'll do 3 damage. It increases all the way up to 36. If you have 36 or more, each orc will have 69 health and will do 17.5 damage. This is very unrealistic to get to this difficulty. To get here, you would need 20 players. It needs to be wave 15 and set the max amount of orcs to 50. And then also max amount of gold. Like, no one's going to ever play like that. Yeah, so every person has to kill 2 orcs. Yeah, it's just unrealistic that no one's going to play like that. So I've also added a troll to the game. He doesn't really quite work how I want him to, but his difficulty changes depending on these ranges as well. And I'll show you some little other updates here too. Let's go with the recruits. There's a bug that annoyed me that I couldn't use the piglins, but it's been fixed, so now I can. So the recruit is now a piglin brute. And yeah, his arms are down. He's a little nicer. Since he's a brute, he will eventually come back to the spot, this area where he spawned. And additionally, with brutes and turrets, you will be able to look at them and see how much health they have. 25 out of 125. We punch them. 124. Yeah, so there are trolls now too. I mentioned that. Iron Golem. Let's see who wins this battle. This is one of the weaker recruits. Yeah, he's about to die. Yeah. But he did some good damage to him. Yeah, so I had to remove the Iron Knight in order to add the troll. Okay, when the game starts, you start with 5 recruits. They're spread around here. And you also start with 2 turrets at the front gate, 1 there and 1 there. So I think it's a even trade. Let's see, some little more things here and there. Along with other things, the lobby has changed a bit. There's a new nice sign. It's very visible and easy to read, and the combat system is easier to understand. I've added new models too. So inside the sewer here, you'll find these little bombs. They don't really do anything. They're just aesthetically pleasing because that's what Isengard did. They put the bombs inside here and then the wall blows up, which I've also updated the wall and how it looks when it blows up. It's nicer. So yeah, there's those. Yeah, little Easter egg there. There's also little rocks. I've added rocks. Yeah, they're just, I don't know, they're just little rocks that help aesthetically. They look really nice on this texture pack, I find. This is Excalibur. I added grit to the ground. In this texture pack also, it's kind of hard to notice because it's darker. Here, you can see like there's pixels on the ground. It's just to show that it's dirty. You can see it a lot here. It's just a dirty castle, you know? Yeah, it's just aesthetics again. And I guess I'll show you the store. Let's turn the store on though. Okay, biggest thing here. I have made these blocks. And it's nicer in general. So if you wanted to buy something, all you have to do is right click the item. I can't afford it because I have no gold, but you can also hit more info and you'll find out more info about it. So the signs are completely invisible and it looks nicer. There's a lot more. I think that's the main bulk of it. The biggest thing was the overhaul. There's different models in there now too. I guess I can show that. We got this guy, he's running. He has a spear. The classic, just standing there. This guy's getting ready to shoot. This guy's running, charge. This guy. If you enjoyed that, leave a comment down below. There's also, I think in the comments, maybe I'll link the full playlist to the progress of this map. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Take off, you hosers. Okay, there's a reason this was in the bargain bin. Oh my god, this is disgusting. Ew, it kind of reminds me of like